Biscuits and Tea.
34. Punto. 99.
Hello! We are back again.
Boom.
You went to like Mexican off of that one.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a mix. But
What's up?
We're here.
What's up, you tea masters?
Let's just we never I was listening to the end of one of our podcasts, and we definitely don't have a consensus on. We're like the B&T boys, the bad Tea boys, the Tea Party bad girls. We're all over the place with
the Tea Party.
I like the Tea Party. What's going on at the Tea Party? We're taking that over. Remember, because it's like a weird Republican thing. Yeah.
If we take that over, I'm a little worried about the Republican machine just like trying to then use us as a branch of speech. Well, you see on Biscuits and Tea that they're fine with the school shootings. They said it was okay. We don't have to do anything. Like they're going to try and use us on Fox or something.
They'll use you as a puppet so quickly.
Oh,
but here's another.
They already did. They already did at the U.S. Soccer Foundation game. They already used him to score like 8 goals against the Democrats. It's like celebrating Republican senators are running behind him.
Yeah. Oh my God!
How many goals did you score in that game?
You got 3. Right?
I think 3, but I could easily have had. There was a PK in the second half, and he gave a corner kick just to not whatever make it.
What's the name
weird.
of that game called?
That's a great question. I really don't know.
The Senators Summit or something. I don't even know what it's called anymore.
Senators Summit. I don't know either. It's a U.S. Soccer Foundation event. Yeah,
I can't. I look forward to that happening again. Oh, the Congressional Soccer Match.
Oh, the Congressional Soccer Match. That's right. Yeah, it was that was a fun little event though. Doing the thing before all that stuff.
What did you guys think of Audi Field?
Nice.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I want, this is my problem with Washington in general. I don't like how when I go there, things aren't like, I want the capital, because this is the way it works in a lot of countries. I want it to be snobby and look down I want it to be cooler than everything. And that stadium was nice, but it wasn't like, it's not better than Sporting Stadium, Tyler. It's definitely not. Like our stadium has way cooler shit in KC, way cooler, and I want the rest of Washington, D.C., I want it to be dope. Like I want a mix of the country. I want San Francisco. I want New York. I want Miami. I want some Texas. I want all that in my capital, and I want it to represent the greatest things of the country. I don't just want it to be like The Wire kind of, just like.
Yeah, how would you describe Washington, D.C.? Like it's like it's a very mix different place. It's not like the rest of the country at all. No. All the buildings, everything, it's just very bizarre. All the houses, they don't have AC. It's like they're still living in 1850.
Okay.
Yeah.
The houses have AC. We just weren't turning it on for you guys.
I'm pretty sure that I would have been much more productive the entire trip if I could have just simply slept in a place that had air conditioning. We weren't sweating the entire night. That's the worst.
Do you guys know? I'll just, because I'm just going to throw this out as a random comment. Although B, don't say how you know. And Tyler, also don't say how you know this came to my head. Although I know both of you will. Did you guys see that they're changing the name of Aunt Jemima?
What are they changing it to?
I don't know. I know you should know why. It's like I ran into a doll that reminded me of Aunt Jemima while I was there. So while I was in Washington, I ran into a fucking Aunt Jemima doll. So just wanted to say that they're changing that name. They're changing that. They admitted this is no longer okay.
Yeah.
For us to have this.
After how many discussions about that?
It was never okay.
I was told to inform a certain party that they should move a certain object.
Yes. Aunt Jemima dolls. Aunt Jemima dolls are an interesting foresight. I can see how Aunt Jemima dolls, just like do you guys remember, I think it was a Dallas cheerleader that went to a Halloween party and she wanted to go as Lil Wayne, but she decided, I'm going to put on a little black makeup.
Logical.
And black. See, here's the problem. If you are completely detached from reality and unaware, and you want to go to a party, you think, I like Lil Wayne. And she does like Lil Wayne. She does like him. She's not racist. She's not. So she's like, I want to look just like him. So I'm going to rub some paint on my face with my blonde hair and my clearly white skin. And I'm going to go to the party as Lil Wayne. And everyone's
it's pretty interesting because it is innocent. It is kind of innocent if you really don't know like what you're doing. Like you're just dressing up, you know? But like it's so bad.
Where do you draw the line? Like what if I'm playing an NFL game and I want some black eyeliner under my eyes? Maybe I want to be like Ray Lewis and have it drip down 3/4 of my face. At what point?
At what point does it become
like where's
too much?
Where's the tipping point?
Yeah. I don't know, but yeah, I feel bad for her and I don't. But
are you guys familiar with Shane Dawson? Have you seen all that stuff?
Shane Dawson.
No. The name sounds familiar.
He's a really big YouTuber or like a big social media presence.
He did the social
Daisy told me about it.
He was like doing some social experiments. He was exposing some people.
Oh, you're right, B.
Is he from Olathe? Because he was exposing a bunch of people, and then just as what happens, like you start exposing a certain amount of people start digging a little bit on you, and you need to look at some of the skits he was doing when he was first starting out. He had like 7 different characters where he's in blackface for.
Ooh.
He was having really weird sexually driven conversations with 12-year-olds, like his cousins and stuff.
I heard
really bizarre stuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know what to think about those dudes. When I see every once in a while, like Snapchat's a terrible. I don't want to blanket. I actually like Snapchat for certain reasons as a platform, but some of the stuff obviously is going to promote and be really weird. And when you see some of the not exposer people, but those YouTubers, like all of us here are also YouTubers, but there's a YouTuber. There's a YouTuber. Like there's a, you know what I mean? There's a way to say that.
You start showing off your personal life. Like none of us really show our personal lives off. Like this podcast is the most you get into that.
Sure, if it's that, but I mean, yeah, exactly. You'd have to be a psychologist to be like, "What are these fucking idiots talking about weather dome? Idiots.
To say these are a bunch of idiots."
We'll get them. We're gonna get there. As of now, right now, guys, we're trying to get a wildlife. I don't know her title exactly. Whatever. Somebody totally into animals. 3 doctors from Sweden are running away from us. Like
we're
diseased.
That we could add to the list is, since you were talking about how goalkeepers are crazy earlier, what if we get a sports psychiatrist and see if they have any evidence to back up?
Well, they have. It's massive.
There needs to be funding. Yeah, there needs to be funding and research and. I mean, I think it's one
double-blind studies.
Yeah, this needs to be confirmed. Because, like Will said, this is a theory that everyone believes in, but it has not been proven yet.
I've yet to ask. You know, another thing I've also basically proved, yet not proved, anecdotally, of course, is no one has anything bad to say about San Diego.
Yeah.
Do you know why? Because it's fucking amazing. That's why.
Yeah. I've never heard anyone say anything bad about it, except for like the San Diego Chargers, but they're not there anymore.
Yeah. No, but about the city itself and the life. What, you got something?
Yeah, no. I love San Diego. You remember when we were in Denmark filming Unisport and we had the Swedish waiter?
Yeah.
San Diego, and you're like, oh, like, how do you miss San Diego? And her eyes just went to different. They were just gone. She was in San Diego for the next 5 seconds, and it was just pure bliss for her. She's like,
I wish.
Oh, I wish I was in San Diego.
Yeah. It's like that. So that might be one of those things. Like if someone, like, there's that saying, don't trust anyone. Don't trust a guy that doesn't swear. because he's trying to present this. I'm fine. I've never like the priest said. I'm perfectly fine. You can bring all your kids here. It's and you find out this is the guy that's it's the same as the you see some of these pastors as well and politicians that are like, we aren't going to have like gay marriage is going to be banned. Yeah, it's an abomination. We don't want it. And then you find out they're gay.
Yeah.
It's,
it's very, very strange. Ultimate denial. Is that like the ultimate form of denial? Is just suppressing your own feelings and in turn suppressing other people's lives so that you can, it's the most like backwards. I need someone to explain that whole process to me.
Have you seen the videos coming out of Poland? Crazy anti-gay protests.
Wow.
Oh, well, Poland's going through a whole ridiculous nationalist weird. They're going through such a weird time. The far right over there is just gaining momentum like crazy in Poland. I really don't understand. So what caused this, Tyler?
I don't know what caused it. I just seen a couple of videos come out where they look like literally football ultras just chanting the most absurd stuff just on government buildings. There's a ton of them.
Wow. Yeah, no, I didn't know that. I'm not surprised if that's the way they were leaning. I'm not surprised that they've taken that that next step.
Can you imagine like just hating gay people so much that you go to your local convenience store, you buy a big piece of cardboard, you buy the markers, you're like $15 deep now. And then you decide to go stand outside for 10 hours just holding a sign, like, because you hate gay people. This like that's your day, and like you're willing to invest money and that much time into that. Like, what an amazing thing!
Congrats for having creating some free time in your world, I guess. No, that's ridiculous.
So we have this kind of related. We have this abortion clinic on the way to one of my friend's houses back home. And it's just, these people spend their Saturdays, their Sundays, just bringing their kids out to just stand in front of this place and protest. But they're only there on the nice days. If it's not good weather, nobody will come out. It's only the really nice days. Everyone comes out, and nobody it's a very liberal area. Nobody supports these people. I had no idea until I was maybe 21. So I would drive by these protesters all the time for 10, 15 years. I didn't even know it was an abortion clinic there. I was like, why are these people just choosing this little corner they just sit out there with their signs? It's sad when you see one of the guys, you'll see an older guy with a 10-year-old kid. Like that's how you're having your kids spend their Saturday, is standing out on the sign. He
doesn't need to get dragged into this, dude.
I always try to like play devil's advocate for people who are against abortion. And if you grew up in this mindset that abortion is literally killing babies, I think Louis C.K., who is in hot water, he's been in hot water for a while now. He has a great stand-up bit, and he's just talking about like they think they're killing babies, so shouldn't they be out protesting? Like they literally believe that. So I can kind of understand the controversy around it, but gay marriage, I can't understand it. Like it really doesn't harm anyone or anything, and it has nothing to do with you.
Once again, I feel like we're back at the weed cigarettes thing here, where we're going to be like, why is this a thing? Because you know what started that conversation when I watched it again? It was trying to figure out what the argument actually was. We couldn't figure it out. And by the end of it, we acted like we solved weed cigarettes, but we didn't solve shit. Why is it okay? We don't know why. I don't know why it's okay. I don't know. And so for the gay marriage thing, is the argument, I feel like I've heard something like it'll normalize things, and it's going to, or it take something away against the sanctity of normal, obviously, marriage. Is that?
If you talk to them, there's a really good YouTube channel, All Gas No Breaks, where this guy, he's a really good interviewer, and he kind of does what you do, Will, where when he's interviewing someone or talking to someone like our cab driver in Blackpool, you just let them keep going on with their thoughts. You don't challenge them. He just lets them continue on and like just keep expressing how they really feel about something. And usually when you have people on the really just kind of a crazy side of something, they just sound crazier and crazier the more you let them talk. So he'll do that, and a lot of them would just say like, "Oh, well, why should they get special rights?" Like they can't wrap around that they're asking. He's like, "Oh, so special rights? You mean equal, like the same as you?" And they're like, "Yeah, like they shouldn't have that." So it's just
yeah. There you go.
Well, okay, well that makes sense now.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
It's crazy. That guy, the taxi driver was nuts. That taxi driver was crazy, by the way. I want to tell that story real quick, like a little segment.
I don't know if I remember all the facts. He shot off so many different things that you guys probably in the back. I didn't look at your faces. I couldn't see. I just only got to see your guys' faces when you got out of the car, and everyone was looking at me like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you know, basically, we were just in Blackpool, and we just had this cab driver that picked us up, and we were just minding our own business, really. Like, we weren't even trying to talk. I noticed this in a lot of people from the ages of 40 to like 65 that do this, where you'll be like talking to them and somehow these topics come up. There's like all these things that you can talk about, and you could be a stranger. Like, we're literally don't know this guy, and he starts talking about all these like political things. I don't even know how it even started, but like I had this thing yesterday where I went to visit my dad in the hospital, and the first 5 things he talked to me about were political, were like controversial. I'm like why? Like, there's so many other things right now we can talk about, but like that's what is on the agenda, time in and time out.
Maybe it was a different time. That's also what was on. I don't know. I don't know if it's good or bad. Is that good?
The weirdest thing about these people is I'd experienced the Uber driver. They don't feel you out at all. If I'm going to say something that I think is kind of controversial around something, you feel the person out. You put out some little feelers, see what they're how they respond to little things. These guys just throw them out. I had an Uber driver like 2 years ago in DC, and some woman cut us off or did something stupid. I think she had Maryland plates, which explains why she doesn't know how to drive. But she cuts us off, and he just says, "Oh, like this is why back home we don't allow women to drive. Like it's just better that way." And I'm just back home. It was somewhere in the Middle East. It was somewhere in the Middle East, and I was just sitting there like, "All right, man." Like, like, all right, I don't know if you should.
You're right about the feeling it out thing. That's I've told. I don't think I've said this on air or anywhere, but I think I've told you, Tyler. I don't know if I've told you, B. But a few years ago, I was standing outside with a guy that I cannot remember. I think I played with his brother, so I played with his brother on a team.
Where is
so we were hanging out in Croatia.
Okay,
and so he was waiting for me. We were going to go wherever, to the cafe, like, you know, whatever. We were going to go out. And we were just standing there talking. And I don't even remember. I'm trying to remember what we were talking about specifically. But he just goes, I don't really have a problem with anyone in the world.
This is how so many people in this area when someone says, I'm not racist, I don't have a problem with, especially in the Balkans, you know something's about to come up where you're just... Something's coming right after that.
It's not like, once again, after I say who, he does turn out that he does have a problem with someone in the world. I didn't give this person any reason. As a matter of fact, I would have, if you meet me after a few seconds, you're going to know that it's very unlikely that I have a problem with given my world traveling nature. It's very unlikely that I have a problem with anyone specifically just because they're on Earth. And he goes, I don't have a problem with anyone except for the Jews. Like, I'd give anything in the world to see my face right there because I didn't know what was coming. And like, I think I like didn't breathe for like 30 seconds. I was, how did we get here? What made you think you didn't feel me out, Tyler, at all?
No, that was the dude. Some guy I was just in a car with, like a friend of a friend here. We were just driving somewhere, and he just goes, "Well, I'm not racist." Is how he began this conversation. I'm not racist, but you guys need to just get rid of all Black Lives Matter. You guys need to get a control of that. You need to just get them out of the streets, looting everything. You need to just everything. He's like, and he was part of the Bad Blue Boys, which has a lot of issues with that, and just. But you hear that over here so much. Like in the U.S., usually. Well, no, I think mostly if someone's not actually racist, they don't ever open something with "I'm not racist," just because it's not something you have to say. But I'll hear that in conversations all the time. I say, "Well, I'm not racist, but."
Yes, I'm not racist, but how do you feel out? How? Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying, like, there needs to be like some sort of like get out of jail free card or like something you can just like play on someone, like whenever they just say, like whenever they start talking about something like that, you just like you hand them a card and it just says like, I refuse to talk about this, and this, move on to the next topic, or just something. Like I just don't know how to get out.
It needs to be a buzzer.
Yeah.
A buzzer.
It needs to be a buzzer, like a shock buzzer, like, you know, I don't know.
Should we bring back the stapler buzzer?
Oh, that yeah. What did that thing have? I don't remember. I remember what you're talking about. Yeah, it has a little red. You press it. I don't remember. Hit us up for advertisement, Staples. Yeah. If you're still a company, which is very unlikely.
I think they either have a headquarters or they have a regional headquarters in the great state of Kansas.
Oh, there you go. All right. Well, we'll keep you guys afloat. Get us one of those sponsorships. Hook it up, Lipton. No, I don't know. There needs to be a way to feel, because like here's one. All right, you guys. Let me try one. Let me try one on you guys right now. Let me try one. So, guys, I just want to go grab some food. I know you want to maybe hit some Chipotle. Tyler, you probably were thinking about that. I was thinking about a little barbecue as well, but I was thinking maybe you guys ever try. It's because, you know, in the zoo, like the zoos, you know what I mean? It's crazy that they're keeping all those animals in there, right? Like, it'd be better if people, you know, if we used it for energy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what are you talking about?
I'm just saying. Like, if we wanted to cook a panda, you'd be up for eating a panda, or like an elephant or an endangered species, right? You'd be okay with that, right?
I don't think my pocketbook is deep enough to be able to getting a panda steak.
So at least, all right, you answered it though. You weren't shocked. You at least gave me an answer. So I mean, you didn't give me a whole lot. You guys started to get a little weird when I started talking about the zoo. So I should have known right then not to ask you to eat an endangered species.
Yeah, exactly. You should have been able to fill out the room and be like, yeah, we should just go check out the zoo. I'll get you guys some tickets. Like that's how that sentence should have ended. It shouldn't have ended in, do you guys want to get some panda to eat? We're not responding. We're not acknowledging what you're saying. We're not nodding. We're not giving the social cues of, yeah, like I was cowering and I was like, I do not want PETA to come and throw blood on me. What do I say? What do I like? I didn't know what to do.
But so in the cab situation with Black Bull, he definitely started it off. But Will, you definitely baited him.
I'd let him go.
You were like, yeah, you know what? I think Hillary Clinton might be the devil.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. Hillary, she might have.
I've never seen her. I've never seen her bald. Maybe she does have horns.
Yeah, he was really he kept going. I was shocked at the level with when I threw out the first question. Like when I asked clarifying questions. That's what I did. I asked, so are you so you really think that, you know, Trump, you know, whatever, is a reptilian or whatever he is.
You said, what do you think Trump's going to win the next election? And he was like, oh yeah, he's going to win it. Just not even close. He's going to blow it out of the water.
He said Trump. He said, no, he didn't say blow out of the water. He said Trump was going to win 49 out of 50 states.
That's what he said.
He said 49 out of 50.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I said after that, but I was like,
I'd love to see his face if we looked at the poll results right now.
He didn't see this one coming, but the thing is, you know, he will have shifted his extreme beliefs to adjust to Corona. Like Trump and Hillary would have created Corona and something else. I
don't understand why is he so invested in that, anyways?
It's a very good question. He was more invested than we were.
It's a very American viewpoint, but I don't care what's going on in the governments of other countries. Like
that is a very American viewpoint. You're right, but you're also right to a certain degree, and it's also smart too, because you're going to go crazy if you start looking into all of the issues that are going on everywhere else in every country. The best you can do is sort yourself out, and then create a ripple effect through the community that you have. And if you have the ability to communicate and to change people's life on a global scale, which we do, and will continue to actually have and grow, then we can do a whole bunch of good, and we can do a whole bunch of good in other communities. It's going to be hard for you to go look, and like, there's problems in Venezuela. There's also a problem in Syria. There's a problem in Iran right now, and there's also a problem in Argentina. Which one do I, this civilian, which one do I choose to not piss you off? And by the way, there's a whole ozone layer still, and by the way, there's some plastic, and by the way, the fossil fuels are still. So
by the way, your own country's in a mini revolution of sorts as well.
Yeah, that too. So yeah, it's hard, but like, before I forget, I wanted to, way back at the beginning, because we were doing Italian stuff. When we were in Polton the Fold, yeah. Polton, when we went out to eat at that Italian restaurant that Knox Hill. Shout out to Knox Hill rapper extraordinaire.
Beefeater. That's where we ate at.
Okay, so what's that?
Oh, we didn't eat at Beefeater. You're talking about that Italian place we went and ate at. Yeah.
Yeah, the Italian place. So just to paint the setting for everyone here, we're at an Italian place. It's a straight up really small Italian place, really nice, really good food, nice little setting. Everybody who works there is clearly actually Italian.
They were all just watching the Juventus game instead of actually doing anything. They were all just
totally. Which is exactly where I don't know what made me think about this the other day, but. So when the guy would come up to the table, we would say some stuff to him in Italian. I spoke to him, said some words in Italian, and then every other time he would come up, I would basically tell B a new word in Italian. That way he could kind of say it. So one of the times, this guy there's one waiter and there's a few tables, there, and so he's waiting and he's kind of moving around and stuff like that. And so B asks, we want to know who's playing the game. And so B asked, how do you say who's playing? And I said, chi gioca. And so he, in the most ridiculous Italian accent.
I had like 4 or 5 beers. I was 4 or 5 beers deep. We were having a great time. It was one of the last nights we were there. I was just screaming it across the restaurant.
Oh, man. Like 50 times. Like he's obviously... We don't know that he's able to hear because it's a little loud, but like B's definitely go, chi gioca! Hey, chi gioca! He was screaming it across. And finally, after like the 10th time, the guy turns around and goes, Napoli! Napoli!
There's something about the Italian, about just saying in a stereotypical Italian accent that's just so much fun.
Fun.
When we were down on the coast, everything I was saying in Croatian when I was talking with Masha would be in a strong Italian accent. It would just be Croatian in the strongest.
Hey, kako si? Dobro.
Yeah. I don't even know if I can say any of the Croatian words I know on the podcast.
Can you say one? Do you know any words that aren't swears? Which is actually, by the way, if there are any Croatian people.
Bok.
Oh, bok. Yeah, you know bok.
Bok.
You know dobro. You know dobro.
Stagladish.
Oh, Stagladish. Yeah.
I don't know that.
Yeah, you should know that. Stagladish. Yeah. Gledati. Gledati is the verb to watch or to look. In a sense.
I thought vidím.
Yeah, vidiš.
Vidiš.
Vidiš is you see, but vidjeti. Yeah, also to see. That's more to see. Like I see you.
That's what I did. I had to learn that when we had our lights on in the field. It was just, how do I tell the coach that I can't see?
I can't see.
Vidím ništa.
Oh, B maybe knows ništa. You know ništa? little Croatian lesson for you B&T fans. No, Niche does nothing.
Nothing.
Niche does a good one.
You're just like, nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I like Kai. Kai's a good one.
Kai is very Zagreb. That's Zagreb slang. I don't say Kai. I actually despise, that's Kaikevsky. I despise it because it's not neutral. It's like y'all. Aggressive. It's like y'all.
I thought it was aggressive.
It is aggressive. I'm not saying it doesn't have a southern drawl or anything like that. I'm saying it's regional to that degree. Yeah. Like, you wouldn't say y'all. We wouldn't say y'all. People from the South and from Texas and some of those places would say y'all. You say y'all in Washington, in the East Coast?
I mean, people, it's here. I know my brother uses y'all.
Are you serious? I don't believe that.
You're border South.
1 second.
Yeah. That y'all is not as common.
It's not the way, it doesn't sound the way you think, because you guys would think of it as super drawn out accent, but you just like, what are y'all doing tonight? Like, it
sounds so South. What are y'all doing tonight? Is what you just said.
What y'all doing?
There's no way.
You can't say y'all without. What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all?
Y'all, yeah.
What's going on, y'all?
Yeah.
You can't say it without sounding Southern. Like, you can't.
A bit Southern. It definitely pulls its roots.
But I guess you're
from
pretty
there.
close to like Carolinas and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So.
Well, it wouldn't be Carolina, where you'd find it in more of Central Virginia.
That makes sense.
But that's a rural.
You don't have to go. Rural Virginia might as well be the South. I mean, when we used to get off to Fredericksburg, the exit that I would pull off to go to school, which is only 45 minutes south of DC, there'd be like a 60-foot Confederate flag floating around for some reason. None of us knew. No one knows like whose it was. I think it was just one random person with a plot of land, and he just had money to put up a massive flag over this huge highway.
Wow,
that's always interesting to see.
I wonder how he's feeling about that flag now.
Probably the same.
He's probably pissed off that his rights are being infringed. Yeah.
And they're tearing down his statues. Is that what I hear? I feel like I see headlines that they're just tearing down Confederate statues all over.
Trump's upset.
I said this in our thing.
What?
I don't understand how Andrew Jackson, because obviously goes back to, I don't know if you guys were mentioning the Redskins name before, but I understand they're going to change it. But how is Andrew Jackson still lurking on our currency?
You know what? You're 100% right on how controversial. Is that really the right use of that word? The dude owned slaves.
Just that.
I know, not just that. He also devastated the Native Americans. I mean, a lot of his policies and what he did to push through things were devastating to the Native American populace. I mean, ruthless. And I mean, he definitely he wouldn't have his fortune without slaves. Also, he employed something like 100 to 200 slaves. Also sold them. Also was involved in making sure that some of the northern territories and stuff like that didn't. They had an opportunity to block slavery into certain colonies or certain places, and he was just like, nah, we're good. Nah, it's okay. So yeah, he's not controversial. It's pretty messed up. But when you said that, you know what I think is part of the issue, Tyler? Do you know how Harriet Tubman was been touted as somebody who to be put on
to replace it,
either to replace or I don't know whether it was to replace. I think she might have been. I don't know if it was to replace Jackson. Was it Jackson?
It was for the 20. Yeah,
okay, so the
20.
I think part of the issue with that right now is it's okay. So a bunch of black people have died on the streets. And a bunch of people have done. So here you go. We're gonna change this piece of paper right here. We're gonna take this 20. We're gonna take his picture. And we're gonna put a black person's picture in. Are we cool? Are we cool now, guys? Are you all right? Is it okay now? That's, I think, might be an issue. Yeah.
That's what every company is doing, though, and a lot of them are getting called out for it, for just empty.
Yeah.
Well, the NFL. Yeah, the NFL came out yesterday. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say this isn't even something that I've been thinking about for the past month. This has just been the guy was crazy. He's like, destabilized our whole national bank. Like I don't know how he even started.
I don't know. I don't know what his great legacy, like if we wiped aside all that, because I don't know how it would be. You can't build a fortune without the slaves, so you're not this big tycoon. I don't know what his thing is.
I don't know if he was the one who led the Trail of Tears. That was his order. He started that whole thing, which was the percentage of people that died on that trip is just nuts.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
I don't know.
No, yeah.
What were you going to say about the NFL, though?
Yeah, I was just saying, like, the empty promises and, like, just surface level, like, actions that, like, companies are taking. The NFL is going to be playing the Black National Anthem, which, can you tell me what that is? Because I don't know what it is. What is that? They're going to be playing the Black National Anthem.
I'm a Black African American. I did not know we had is that a Black Panther? Dude, this is something that we need to look up.
I was going to ask you because, I thought maybe you might, listen to it every once in a while. I don't know.
Just in the shower. Just get hyped up before a game.
I the Black National Anthem.
So it's Lift Every Voice and Sing. I typed in what is the Black National Anthem, and it says Lift Every Voice and Sing. What is the Black National Anthem? In 1919, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, the NAACP, dubbed it the Negro National Hymn for its power and voice in a cry for liberation and affirmation for African American people. So
this was right after World War I. So I'm guessing they all came back from the front lines and was like, "Hey, you guys, this is kind of fucked up. Like, all my friends are dead." And
yeah, okay. So it's been sung. It looks like it's been sung in a few separate occasions at certain places.
It's so sad that, like, we have to have a separate national anthem for African Americans in a place that we consider to be. It makes no sense to me. And, like, they're just like, well, okay, all the stuff with the kneeling, all the stuff with Kaepernick, all the stuff with, we'll just play the national anthem. Well, is that good, guys? Okay, good. All right, get back to football. It's like, oh my God. And all these people are like, they're like, bro, we didn't ask for this. We didn't ask you guys to play a Black national anthem. No one cares about this. This doesn't matter. Like, we just want people to not be, their opinions to be suppressed if it goes against whatever you guys believe, It's nuts.
No, exactly. Yeah, no one's looking for any superficial change, right?
Yeah.
And what?
Something that's always very amusing from the far right is whenever players start talking about politics and stuff, and they always say, "Oh, like, I don't want politics in my sports," but they want to begin every single sporting event in the U.S. with the national anthem. Is kind of
not even that. Did you guys have to do any? What do you call that? Is it the Pledge of Allegiance before school, stuff like that?
Yeah, we would do that. They got pretty relaxed later on in high school, where most people would play it, and then like half of the class would just not even get up there. Why?
Yeah. What a crazy thing, though, to think about that. You're just as a kid, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
You've seen Eminem's music video with that opens up?
I don't think so. Maybe.
I think it's mosh.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's creepy to think about that. It's really creepy to think about all of the things I repeated over and over and over again as a child. And then, like, all of the, because I, like, went to Catholic church, like what you did, Will, growing up. And, like, thinking about how many, Hail Marys and how many, whatever prayers. I don't know. Yeah, Our Fathers. Just how many times did we say those? And, like, what does that effect have on the brain,
What were you?
I remember the last day that I had to go to church was on a Christmas mass where my parents, who aren't religious at all, used to have us go to church to try to teach us to sit still for an hour or so. So it was more just that
was very hard for you, because
it was
very hard. The rest of your
rough.
siblings, your dad told me, he told me, the rest of your siblings, not a problem at all.
Yeah,
you can't get Tyler to sit still. Put him back in goal. Just put him back in goal.
But we were at a Christmas mass at a church up the street, and this pastor just goes, I vaguely remember, this just goes on the weirdest tangent where he just starts talking about child pornography somehow. On Christmas, he's talking about child pornography, and he just goes, but it's not just the blacks.
Where did that come from? You just threw that out there?
I think that might be, other than maybe a few times with my grandmother, that was the last time I've ever actually been in a church.
Wow. Yeah, I've been in churches. I was just going to say that I've been in churches to marvel at their architecture.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I take that away because I've been in some churches here in Croatia, but that's more for like...
Cool. They had all the money, dude. They had all the money back in the day. These 15, 1600, like, think about what we could... They're dope. Like, let's be real.
In Stockholm, those churches are sick.
Exactly. Tell me they're not sick.
That's what, because they always have the cafes, because the church is always built with a little courtyard there. Whenever I'm drinking there in the cafes, just looking at these churches, I'm just like, who was building this in the 1400s? Like, who was building this thing?
Yeah. Were, like, in their time.
Holy crap.
That is nuts. Absolutely nuts.
The churches around the world. We talked about this last time, though, dude. Their amount of money and their amount of power, all while it has been subverted to a certain extent, obviously, because they can't attack anyone, but at least not with a formal army. Like, what a massive empire the Catholic Church had and still does to a certain degree. They just wouldn't call it an empire, but it's spread out throughout. It's everywhere. There are missionaries. There are people that are out there trying to convert people continuously. Just like that one guy. I think you guys know that that one island that was out in the middle of nowhere that they had
in the Atlantic.
No. I think it was in the Pacific. It's like somewhere in Southeast Asia. It was there was no one living on there but this indigenous tribe, which people would call them, quote unquote, savages or whatever, because they're, they weren't connected to society. A guy went out there in a boat, either got someone to take him there or went out there in a boat. They killed him. The savages, quote unquote, killed him. You know what he was doing? He went out there with his Bible, allegedly, to convert them to Christianity, to Catholicism. And they killed him. So I don't know what would drive you to go to a place where these people are not bothering you, not doing anything, but he obviously thought he was going to save them once again, quote unquote. Yeah. He's going to save you.
There's a fair amount of those islands spread around the world. I know there's one in Hawaii that you're not allowed to go out to. And for whatever reason, these like really old glass balls that they used kind of as buoys back in the day with these crazy colors. If you get one, you can sell them for like $500 easy. And they wash up on the shore. My uncle would every now and then you'd have to go at night on your boat, because if the tribe catches you, they will try to kill you on it. So they would be going on these little beaches at night trying to find just these glass balls to bring back.
Screw that, dude. That sounds terrifying.
I mean, it's also intriguing. Now, I wouldn't be interested in going over there to convert them to anything, but I would definitely over there. If I could talk to them, if we had some sort of mutually intelligible language, I'd be like, dude, what is up? Like, what do you do all day? What do you do every day? And like, do you have any questions for me? Because like, it's nuts over here, like.
Have you seen before Jackass was the Jackass and they were the Wild Boys, I believe?
I remember that. I remember that.
They would meet with some cannibalistic tribes, I think in India. The ones who their whole theory was you just do as most like disgusting and repulsive things as possible, and somehow it helps your soul.
I've been there.
Their own piss.
I've been there.
So you've been there, yeah. And then the guy would have like a bunch of human jaws and like a crown, like almost kind of like Jesus with the thorns, a crown around his head. And the Jackass guys they went there once or twice, and they said that's by far the craziest thing. Like that's the most uncomfortable they've ever been in their entire life, was trying to deal with those people.
I cannot remember the name of them at this moment, but it's in northern India. If I'm remembering this right, it obviously could be somewhere. India's huge, but they bury their dead also on the Ganges. Some of these guys across. So I never got to see them. And the time that I was there, they were across the river. You could see their settlement just on the other side. They would, there's a whole process to it though. Obviously there's some ridiculous, insane way of the way it's supposed to help you travel through the next day. And they have a whole process also of eating the dead, but they don't do it all the time. It's not like a thing that's like, oh, every day I wake up and I eat dead people, or every day I eat, human meat. It's not like that. There's some sort of ritual behind it, but you're not going to catch anything like that. Would that be legal?
That's what I was going to ask you. I was like, how can we get a cannibal on the show? Is that legal? Like, it can't be, right?
To have them on the show?
No, we can definitely talk to them, but you can talk to somebody who's, well, what are you going to do if somebody takes a bite? Like, you take a bite out of your own skin. You cannibal. You're actually the definition of a cannibal. That's you. Like, you are eating. So
people who like bite their nails and stuff. I mean, they eat it, and
you're cannibal, right? I mean,
also then it comes into, because there's been a ton of people who've been forced into it. Like I think it was the Donner Party, which I guess you guys should be familiar with going out west. I think it was a Donner Party.
We have Google. I'm going to need you to.
Donner and Dixon.
You're associating me with who?
It was, so they were like on the Oregon Trail going out across the Rocky Mountains, and they messed up their timing and they got caught in a blizzard, and they had to pretty much eat whoever died on the way. They're doing a bunch of crazy stuff. Like they would label whoever's like meat was whoever, like they would label who it was of what the meat was, so families weren't eating each other.
Ugh.
I know a little bit about something like this. Yeah. Oh, the Agori. That's what it was.
Yeah, a group of American pioneers who migrated California wagon trail, Sierra Nevada mountain.
I'm so glad I wasn't alive during this time period.
It would be miserable.
Do you think people say that?
People, that's what I know what you're about to say. I don't think it's true that people will look now and it's like, oh, definitely there's a bunch of issues, but I think we've hit a certain level.
Oh, that's a rough statement. Yeah, that's a rough statement to get into.
And
we've hit the peak of human intelligence.
I don't think we've hit the peak. But I don't think the difference in 150 years will be more than, because this was happening in.
Dude, but you need to look at some of the stuff that's happened in the last 150 years, especially. Also, you need to look at some of the way things have gone since the technological revolution has spurred on. The Industrial Revolution changed a whole lot rather quickly, but this technological revolution has changed things in an exponential way. 150 years, Tyler. You were talking about processing power and computers that are going to do things that you cannot even imagine right now. You may very well not even recognize anything that is going on right here. Just like 150 years ago, you could give them a computer and they wouldn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
So you got to go now that we're going hyperdrive into what the computer can actually do. So 150 years from now, it's very possible that they have things, Tyler, that you can't even comprehend. Which, by the way, someone, once again, and I hate saying this, and I hate knowing it, but there are people in the government. There's some assholes in the government that are 90, 100 years ahead. They're in these black budget programs, and they're just like, these idiots. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, for sure, they exist. I don't. 150 years. We're looking at virtual reality. We're looking at augmented reality at a level that probably we can't even understand. You're looking at advancements possibly in stem cells that are going to change the way possible we may be able to grow body parts.
I mean, I'm just hoping that by time we're 90, they can just put your conscience in a computer. That's my big.
You talk to Ray Kurzweil. You don't know who Ray Kurzweil is. He's the dude about the singularity. I think Ray Kurzweil is one of the ones who's claiming that we're right there, man. Just hold on a little bit. Like it's just around the corner. but other people are, of course, skeptical. I don't know what to think.
Oh no, I really just hope that we can get a vaccine so the NFL season can go on. That's all I'm really worried about. Yeah.
Is it?
Trying to win back-to-back Super Bowls. I'm not that interested. I think that they should just hand it to us because we're the best. We are the best, Tyler. We are the best.
People are like, Cam Newton got signed to the New England Patriots. And they're like, oh, New England Patriots, they're going to win the AFC now. I'm just like, bro, Cam Newton. Oh my, come on now. Cam Newton's won like 3 games, 2 years.
I would see the Ravens as a much bigger threat than the Patriots.
Lamar Jackson, it's going to break his leg.
We got robbed. I cannot believe we got robbed of the Ravens Chiefs showdown. That was going to be such a crazy
Lamar Jackson's never won a big game.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson would be doing the same thing.
AC, everyone just takes shots of Fireball after every single touchdown. And then Mahomes
Sorry, what's
scores.
Fireball? Sorry to stop that. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's a cinnamon whiskey.
What's Fireball?
Cinnamon whiskey. It's horrible. You could. It's like you put it into cars and it could be gasoline. It's horrible for you. There's the same stuff in antifreeze as in Fireball, but everyone just chugs it during the Chiefs season. And whenever you score a touchdown, you take a shot of Fireball. And then obviously Mahomes, he scores 500 touchdowns. You've done 500 shots of Fireball, and you're done. And I've never been so sick in my entire life. I think I threw up about 79 times.
Holy shit. So you weren't kidding about the antifreeze?
No, I'm not. It's like cigarettes. It's literally like cigarettes.
Oh my God. It contains excessive levels of propylene glycol, an ingredient in antifreeze. Mm-hmm. The ingredient is used to massage in the cinnamon flavor and to cut the strong sensation of whiskey as it plunges down your throat and makes you a good.
This is such a bad drink. It's only 33% alcohol, so you have to take twice as many shots as you would, and it's just straight sugar. It kills your hangover. You're gonna be so hungry drinking.
3 days. I've never thrown up so much in my entire life, guys. I'm serious. I've been hungover before, and I don't drink a ton. But, the Chiefs won. I have a picture somewhere. I wish I could send it to you guys.
Oh, my God.
After the game.
That sounds
horrible. Bad. I've never thrown up.
Who started that?
I don't know.
It's a big college thing. It has a huge college culture. As Fireball was around all the time in college.
But why does it have to hurt you? That's what I don't understand.
It doesn't.
Why do we have to do things that hurt? Can we not figure out some alcohol that makes you wake up in the morning and your muscles are just jacked?
Yeah. Why can't I take a shot of alcohol, be drunk for the night, and then wake up and just be like, okay, that was fun. Just there has to be something else, right?
Well, you can. I mean, you can if you take a bunch of water breaks in the middle, and if you get really crazy and you start throwing some electrolytes in that water while you're drinking, then you can wake up feeling pretty refreshed. The problem is once you get drunk enough, you just don't give a shit about any of that, and you just say, I'm just going to have another beer, I'm going to have another shot, and you don't think about the next morning. You just forget about the next
morning. I've learned my lessons. I learned my lesson on that one. That was the last time even when we went to England, I was refusing drinks because I was still sick from that night. The first night
we didn't really drink.
Knox was trying to. I drank. I wasn't there. Yeah, he took us to a place, and he was trying to order. He's like, you got to have this whiskey. You got to have this scotch. You got to have. I was like, fine. Okay, fine. And I just I drank it. And it's fine. I was pushing it down. It was fine, but I still cannot drink from the Super Bowl. That's how sick I was. I've never been that sick in my life.
Would you try one of these hangover pills? Have you guys tried any of those?
I've seen them. I would say I would try them. Yeah, I would.
Yeah. I think I don't know if you take them before or after.
I don't know. We should get sponsored by one.
Something that's saved me is for our Thanksgiving. My family will drink a lot on Thanksgiving, And my aunt last time had these for each of our cousins. There's like 15 of us. They had these just half-liter. No, probably more. It's like almost like half-gallon jugs of Pedialyte.
Oh, you mean Pedialyte?
And everyone just chugged a bunch of Pedialyte. Yeah, Pedialyte. I always mix it up. And we just chugged. I mean, we were drinking from noon, maybe 11 a.m. to midnight, just heavily drinking the whole day. And I just chugged this Pedialyte. I felt amazing the next day.
It works like a charm, dude.
I've definitely. There you go. Pedialyte, biscuits and tea.
It's outstanding.
Brought to you.
Every once in a while, I'll just, like in the summertime, I'll just come by, take a nice little swig.
I don't know what's in Pedialyte, though, to be honest. I know it's electrolytes, but I don't know.
I think it's just more like concentrated, less sugar form of Gatorade.
It is.
Okay. Less sugar.
Like more of all the good stuff.
Potassium.
Yeah, I think it's like more of all the
zinc
good.
And chloride. 280 milligrams of potassium, 2.8 milligrams of zinc, and 440 milligrams of chloride. What the hell is chloride, guys?
Sounds
chloride.
Like chlorine.
Chloride?
Chloride.
It's a chloride. That's it, huh?
Yeah.
Let it ride.
Chloride.
Chloride. Let it ride.
Right.
Let it ride is what I heard.
Yeah. What is chloride? It's one of the most important electrolytes in the blood. Helps keep the amount of fluid inside and outside of your cells in balance. There you go.
Yeah, I used to drink.
So just an electrolyte.
Yeah, no, I know that it's definitely for people, also people that like whatever, if you're extremely dehydrated, I know that's the way to go. I just want to throw this out here though, since we talked about Epstein and it was one of our more viewed things. You guys know that his right-hand woman got arrested?
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
You saw that?
Yeah, and I saw that there's some accusers too, that like she actually raped people too.
Yeah. Like, so it's not
guys or girls.
I didn't see.
I think they were all girls. I've not seen any guys come up, at least not in the documentary. I mean, what do we know?
That makes sense. Like, how would you really be that close to that and know all that stuff's going on if you're not about it, you know?
Yeah, you'd have to be about it.
Well, you guys know my one pet peeve, I guess you could say, of the documentary was when they got to the point of, well, who's, you know, and we've blackmailed every politician in the last 4,000 years. The end of the documentary.
Yeah.
It's just like, so.
Wait a second.
Yeah. So, it says here that she's not gonna speak about Prince Andrew, but that she's gonna.
What was Prince Andrew up to?
Prince Andrew, which is, I believe,
is it Denmark?
No, this is England, and I believe Prince Andrew is the son of the Queen. I think, right? I think so. I think so. I we should look, but like, anyway, he's in the royal family. He was in the royal family. I think he had to step down, Tyler. But the issue was that he was also.
You can step down from the family, so you just leave the family.
People have, the other with Meghan and Harry, they left. Also, you can step down, or he stepped down from royal duties, but I think Meghan and Harry left. That's a thing you can do. There was a famous European guy, I don't remember if it was Belgium or whatever. He wanted to get married to the person that he wanted to get married, so he just left the throne. He's just like, you guys don't think? Yeah, we'll see who actually loves her, and he just left. Dude, left the throne. Peace.
As a girl, how much security would you feel in that relationship that someone just left a throne just to come be with you?
That's the ultimate sacrifice. That's like next to, yeah. Or maybe she was upset. She's like, maybe we could just live in the palace a little.
We need money.
Yeah.
Just get a mistress. Yeah. Get a prop wife.
Just put it on paper. You can live. Well, yeah. I'll just anyway. So Prince Andrew supposedly also, I don't know that he is said to have raped, but he was involved with underage women. And in the documentary, Tyler, one of the guys that works at the island that Epstein had recognized Prince Andrew with one of the ladies who's also in the documentary, but she was 14 or 15 at the time, and they were making out or something, on the beach. But the point is that he is also seen at Epstein's residence. It's apparent that there's something going on here. Let's just leave it at that. But she is said to have had all of the information, everything on everybody. And it says that she won't speak, and she's still claiming that she did nothing wrong. But one has got to wonder if she is not just going to unload if they
offer her a deal, if they offer her something or just whatever, then she just like, what will happen? Is she gonna get killed? Is she gonna commit suicide now?
That's what people were saying. They were like, we've got a few, even on Fox News, which is hilarious to me to see, but they're like, she better not die. Like she better not. Like they're just like, she better not die. She better be alive to testify. So
Fox News is a lot more entertaining. Me and my friend, we used to watch Tucker Carlson all the time, just because it's so much more entertaining watching it on TV than on YouTube. Because now I get recommendations for it every now and then. Because then on YouTube you see all the comments, and that's just what kills it for you. Like
he's a fucking idiot, dude. He is so fucking dumb.
I don't really remember which one that guy.
I don't think he's dumb, but he's definitely just
he's just a fucking puppet with no
exactly
no spine.
I see.
He knows exactly. He's a piece of shit, but I don't think he's dumb.
Oh, I see.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
So it makes it worse.
Oh yeah, I wasn't implying they didn't know what he was doing. He's just he just sold his soul to be that guy.
The people that listen to him are just idiots.
God,
I see. I don't know what he's
actually. He had one bit that we were watching. I saw this live. It blew my mind. It was that the metric system was attacking the U.S. and the integrity of the freedom in the U.S. was the metric system.
Oh, so I don't. Okay.
It's one of the funniest this shit was it's seriously one of the funniest clips I've ever seen, and me and my friend were just watching this live, just losing it. Just after he's like, we're gonna bring over meters and kilometers. Like, what's next? They're gonna be taking away
do they really not understand that that's their job? Is their job just to try to fire up just get people going on, well, what if this?
I think their job is just to maintain their base. So if you paint the other side and just this ultimate evil, then they're going to stick with you.
But what is that? Is that it though? So this is profitable? Is that it? That's it. So Fox
it's profitable. I mean, I think politicians have to be sliding them money to keep them. The Republican Party definitely has to be sliding them money to keep.
Who owns all these? Because they're all owned by a small portion of people. It's like 6 companies or something like this own all the major media in the U.S. Something crazy like that. Disney owns ESPN. They own fucking this and that, and
it could be as simple as these companies are like, hey, if the liberal side gains more power and wins, like, what if they raise minimum wage for everything? What if I think the Republican Party in general is much more generous to these bigger corporations, so maybe that I mean, it could be as simple as that. Is just it helps our bottom line if the Republican Party's in power.
Which I mean, there is something. I mean, I don't know what that is. It's not conspiratorial at all to think that they are doing this. It makes sense. It's such a massive machine. It does make sense that someone is giving a little bit of thought into, well, we should probably support such and such because they're going to be senators and they're going to be Congress, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know who owns all. No. Someone, it's like we could probably, you could fit them, like you could fit a few guys around a table, like something like this. The guys that are running the major media in the U.S., I think. Well, there's some pretty big tables. What? So, are you implying? Are you fat shaming? Are you implying that these men are also fat and that you need a big table to get them around because they're? I refuse to live. I refuse to live in a society. Yeah, they try and cancel.
It's already been canceled.
We're already under attack.
We're already canceled.
That's absolutely true.
I need to Next thing, I need to make a crying apology video.
That'll do it.
Is what is the next?
Yeah. Record yourself, literally just put like water all over your face. I want my Instagram
back. Okay. All right. Well, we were almost here. We're basically there, but it looks like, oh, hello, Forbes. Forbes trying to get me to give him some money so I can read your articles. Not happening.
$500 a year to get this information. You can also get on Twitter.
I know. That's all. That is really it. Okay, so it looks like there's a guy named Summer Redstone that has a net worth of $4.6 billion.
It's a fake name. There's no way someone's called
his name is Summer Redstone.
It's a fake name. I don't care.
Google
on the company papers.
His name. Summer Redstone, American businessman. He is 97 years old. The dude was born in 1923. He doesn't look like it. You guys need to see what he looks like. Please Google the name Summer Redstone.
When I search Summer Redstone,
he kind of looks like his hair looks very Trump-like.
All I see is Red Zone for NFL. How do you spell his first name?
Redstone. Who are you typing in Summer Red Zone? Hey, we got Summer Red Zone here at the Monster Truck Rally. He owns about $6 billion.
Dude, this is one of the guys from South Park who's just breaking the babies and sucking out the stem cells of them to stay young.
He looks like a vampire.
Can you imagine what? He's 97 years old.
What is he now?
We have got to get this guy on the podcast. Oh, listen to me. Sumner. It's Sumner. I've been saying it wrong. Is it spelled incorrectly on this page? Did I say it, or did I just not catch the end?
Oh, it's Sumner. Yeah,
nope.
It's
Sumner. Sumner Redstone.
Why is one of the connecting people the first name I see on Google is Megan Fox next to him?
Megan Fox bang?
I don't get that. It's Megan Fox. Sumner Redstone and Megan Fox.
Oh, she was in Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I think that maybe he created the Ninja Turtles or something. I don't know.
Oh, no, he didn't, but he might as well, because his media assets, I can't even get. I'm just giving you three. You got BT, CBS, MTV.
BT.
That's good enough. Yeah. He owns BET. He owns Nickelodeon, CW, Spike, Viacom, Showtime, Paramount.
Have you guys seen the Boondocks portrayal of BET?
No, but the Boondocks are amazing.
Oh my God. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It's just this whole boardroom of people just like, how are we going to destroy black people? Like, we need to they're just trying to rot their brains the whole time with whatever they put up on BET.
Jesus Christ, though, dude. It's just a few guys.
I think he was involved with the Titanic.
Are you serious?
What?
I think he involved.
When was the Titanic? No. When did the Titanic crash? I don't remember. Oh, Titanic, the movie. Oh, you meant when was the actual Titanic
he survived
go down?
Dude. He survived the Titanic, swam to shore, then created a movie about it.
He starred in it too. He's Leonardo DiCaprio.
Net worth $5 billion. I would assume it was more than 5.
Wow. Well, he definitely knew people that possibly did survive it. The Titanic went down April 15th, 1912.
He's 92.
He's 97. He was born in 1923.
Interesting.
Dude, this dude remembers with perfect accuracy the entire Great Depression and the World War. Like, did he serve? He probably served. If we find out did he serve? Well, you don't know that he was wealthy back then. We don't know anything about this dude. He could have easily.
A white male has money. How dare you?
Exactly. He could have. Sumner Redstone served in World War II. During the Second World War.
No,
yeah.
He'd be too old for it. No. He'd be too old for it. 23. No, 25.
He's the perfect age. During the Second World War, Redstone served in the Military Intelligence Division while an undergraduate at Harvard. He was selected by Japanese history professor, blah, 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 to join a special intelligence group whose mission was to break Japan's high-level military and diplomatic codes. This dude is some sort of genius. He's Harvard.
So he wasn't seeing combat, but he was doing some.
Well,
crazy.
Who cares what he's doing? This dude's breaking Japanese, like, what? He's breaking their diplomatic codes. He was already at Harvard, by the way, Tyler. So shame on you for, saying this guy's slacking off. Well, we don't know. Also,
well, no, I saw he was at Harvard. That's why a big reason I thought he was getting out of it is we wouldn't send our Harvard graduates to the front line.
Sumner Redstone. You did call him fat, though. He doesn't appear to be fat. You said we needed a big table for all these guys. There are 6 guys I'm looking at.
I said we need a big table in case there's a lot of them. I said there's big table.
What is that supposed to mean, Tyler? God.
You only know one of the guys on this list. B, I'd be surprised if you know any more, but you might. I feel like you might, because these people like kind of pop around and like NFL type things. And you know Rupert Murdoch. Both of you guys know Rupert Murdoch, right?
Murdoch. I know.
Right, so yeah, he owns Fox. Yeah, that's your Fox, dude. That's your 20th century, whatever. And then Kazuo Hirai. These dudes. Everybody, it's just 6 dudes. It's just 6 dudes. That's it. 150 billion. It's insane. All right. Well, I feel like we.
All right, I take this back. I guess it's good. I don't know what this scores. Why do they? It says on he has stats. He has wealth stats, and it says self-made score 5. Philanthropy score 4. I don't know what they're rating.
That sounds like some kid in a basement. Like when B and I discovered that Wikipedia was basically like selling shoes online.
This is on Forbes. This is on
Wikipedia. Like, what are they doing to make this money and to sell these things?
I still don't understand. I don't know if you do.
Still don't know.
I don't understand. We figured out that they were just a bunch of guys.
Can we figure that out real quick? Let's end off this.
Go, please.
It was one. I don't know who started it. There's like one dude who does like 30% of the editing on it. It's crazy.
We've got to start having a section in here where we dive deep. 3 guys dive deep into the internet to try and solve some shit. We started with Sumner Redstone. Now we're trying to figure out who started Wikipedia and why there are 6 fat guys around a table that own all the media in America.
See, this doesn't look that prominent. So Trump's self-made score on Forbes is a 4 also. His philanthropy score is a 1.
He's not giving any of that shit away. Is he really a self-made? I don't.
That's why I don't know. Is this out of 10? Like, I don't know. But
how high is it? How much of a self-made man is he really? From what I've seen, from what the documentaries tell me,
it doesn't sound like he's a self-made
his dad was a super baller businessman.
What, Steve Jobs? Would Steve Jobs be a self-made person?
Yeah, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, those dudes. Yeah, check Bill Gates. That dude had to actually program and code and do things in order to make sure that Microsoft was going to get off the ground otherwise. While B's still trying to figure out if Wikipedia was started by some guy in a basement or...
T-shirts. Merch.
They do not. There is not merch. Shut up.
Yeah, no, the WikipediaStore.org, bro. You get I Edit Wikipedia shirt.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay. All right. So self-made. Bill Gates has an 8, so I'm assuming it's out of 10.
Okay.
His philanthropy. I don't know why I can't pronounce this word.
Philanthropy. Yeah. All right. What about it?
Philanthropy. His score is a 5, which I would assume is be higher if that's also out of 10.
I mean, that's a whole. He's a giant controversy.
Who gave away Jeff Bezos? He gave away all shit, right?
Rupert Murdoch is one of the dudes is not leaving behind any. Why does Wikipedia? That can't be real, B. This can't be real.
It's the 5th most visited website in the world. And they got a Wikipedia with 220 followers.
What are they doing? No. You know what's going on? When companies get too big, people don't figure out. And you notice that their feed dies, that it doesn't go. Stay tuned. New items coming. This is fake. This has got to be.
How do they? When's the last one posted? Wait, when's the last one posted? A week ago? There's no way this is real.
Did this just start?
2015.
So you got this from a sanctioned. This link is from a sanctioned Wikipedia page.
It's an org.
You're sure?
Org. It's .org. You go to this. I'll send you the freaking thing. Look at this shit. Hey.
Can we apply? Can we apply for this? Can we cut this out of the podcast and just apply for to run Wikipedia?
Okay, so all right. So you got the Wikipedia store.wikimedia.org. Okay, and what did you click on?
And then I went down the bottom of the Wikipedia store on Instagram, and then they have a
Twitter,
a Twitter and a Facebook. Let's see what their Facebook's looking like.
All right, I'm clicking on Twitter. Every purchase supports at Wikipedia. Dude, they're struggling.
Million. Yeah, they got 5 million on Facebook. Wikipedia does.
Okay.
Wikipedia store.
What are they doing on Instagram?
They're trying to sell so they can keep it going. Because they don't sell like banner ads and stuff. They'd be worth $5 billion. They're projected to be worth $5 billion if they accepted ads and stuff. But Google owns them.
Guys, I found the greatest shirt.
They're selling shirts.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get we have to get the rights to this shirt.
Oh my god! Why? Oh my god! The llama T-shirt. Scientific name: Llama Glama. It's a dope orange shirt. Just for anybody who's listening, llamas like to wrestle.
They're very social animals and live out with other llamas as the herd. What is going? I don't.
There's some serious issues. There's some, dude. Some stuff doesn't need to be dug into, and why?
You know, we try figuring things out in this podcast, and I just leave everyone feeling more confused about the world than we started.
For sure,
because I'm gonna send them an email. I'm gonna start figuring this out. What we need to do about merchandise at wikipedia.com. Okay, I'll let you guys know on the next show what I get back. Yeah, merchandise.
Please do.
Can we start promoting Wikipedia?
This is the most promotion that store has ever gotten. There's no way.
400 followers. That's 5 million on Facebook. I don't understand. Like, it doesn't make any sense to
me. The average dog profile has more followers than Wikipedia.
You guys ever ask yourself who they're following too? They're following 27 people.
Oh, this is actually interesting.
And I don't know who any of them are, but a couple of them are verified. Yeah, what is that moleskin thing? I've seen that before.
Is this like the?
They're following a kindergarten.
Who?
What
are these people? What moleskin? Look. Oh, is it for notebooks? Is it a moleskin notebook? Is that what this is?
They're following National Geographic.
They follow someone with 1,900 followers, and it's just like a regular ass lady.
They follow Moleskin. I don't know what company this is, but they have 236,000 followers.
Maybe these are the people. Maybe these are the keys to the answers. Because why are they following Robbie Valles or whatever? I'm going to send this to you guys, and you guys are going to understand. This guy probably runs.
OK Jeffrey. Who is this OK Jeffrey guy?
I think one of these people that they follow, I'm pretty sure they are.
Oh, look at Robbie.
Who's this guy? West Hollywood software architect. Yeah, he knows something that we need to know.
Oh, did you not click on his website? You didn't click on his website? Robbie Rocks.
Oh, it's private. Robbie Rocks
software.
Robbie Rocks.
He's a software architect. Dude, I guarantee you this is some sort of spy shit. Oh, there you go.
We just call him.
Shit. Oh, perfect.
You want to call him right now? Call him right now. Put it on speakerphone.
All right. Call him. Oh, I don't have one. My cell is on recording right now.
Oh, I got it. I got it actually. I can wait. Yeah, I can call him from my number. Yeah, I could call. I don't know what just happened. I think I could, but I don't know. Do we want to save this? I kind of want to do it, but I want to make sure we can do it on the air. Let's make sure we can have the the viewers able to, like, we're going to find this out for them.
We're just going to start, like, why does he allow all of his personal stuff just to...
Isn't that too much information? Except we got everything except for his address, but he's got that. What's that code? What's that QR code?
It just gives you all of his contact information. It downloads directly to your phone. You probably just hacked
and some sort of. Is this not some sort of like whatever? This is like a Trojan horse QR code. We're like,
there's something going on here.
There's for sure something going on here. I don't.
Does Wikipedia follow him? Why? Why does Wikipedia follow him?
No. We think we should save it that way we can make sure that we'll test the system before, knowing that Biscuits and Tea is an esteemed program. We always make sure things run smoothly before we.
What's his LinkedIn up to?
You went to his LinkedIn, dude. Now he knows you. I mean, not that he's probably tuned into this because no one, like he has something on the internet where if you say his name 3 times, like it just opens up a webcam through the internet.
500 plus connections, Fullerton College. Fullerton.
Dude, we can't dox someone. Don't say his address. Dox these people. And he's at 361 West Edgerton Avenue. He's bald.
I mean, honestly, man, if you put all of your stuff online,
yeah, that's a rough thing.
He has his own website.
Yeah.
Well, we have something looking forward to next Saturday.
Yeah. We'll make sure we get everything up. We need to start thanking Road a bit more at the front end of our podcast. But thank you, Road. We definitely do love you guys, but yeah, we'll solve this. We'll have this solved. We might have a guest on here next week, so it's pray to God that we do actually. Yeah, like Tyler's going to. We need a name for like there's Crazy Eyes for tackles. But we need Tyler Eyes when he's going deep. When he's going deep and he's getting ready to figure something out.
Oh gosh. You figured out some amazing things when you get into that space, Tyler. So I'm not gonna give you a hard.
I go. That's where everyone says you need to read. I just go in deep YouTube binges, and the last useful one was the history of Mexico. Just watch like a 20-minute video on the history of Mexico.
Wow, that was probably interesting. Yeah. Well, great Biscuits and Tea, everyone. We will let you know on Wikipedia as we dive deeper into that.
We'll get to the bottom of this.
Yeah. All right. Biscuits and Tea. We're out.